I'm not violating nothing.
Let's vibe. What
I'm
we
trying
got?
to be on code with everything.
I'm spitting a half a bar today. Yeah. I'm feeling like Common need to be on this. Who else we got?
Turn me up, turn me down.
Who you hear on this?
You know, I can hear a lot of people on this one. This is nice.
This is a nice vibe right here.
This is nice. Shout out to the homie Jay Frey. That's a talented dude.
They need Rhapsody on this. I like her, man.
Legacy need to jump on this.
Legacy ain't jumping on shit.
Stop it.
It's over with.
Come out the bag with some fire, nigga.
Negative.
Dylon spit hot fire.
Listen,
Come on, nigga.
Dylon hotter than me right now.
Hey, it's another week. It's the JMatt Show. I appreciate everybody for tuning in.
Yes, sir.
You could be anywhere in the world, but you right here vibing with me. Hey,
I'm here too.
Yeah. I was about to introduce you, man. You're so impatient.
What, I need you to rewind that.
No, we just vibing out with it. No, but you know what though? I appreciate everybody tuning in. This is show 49. We climbing up the ropes. We almost there to show 50. And we're going to discuss exactly how we're going to bring in that momentous occasion.
Momentous.
I don't think that works. Momentous?
Yeah.
No.
Let's keep it simple. It's a special occasion.
Special occasion.
Yeah.
What? I think momentous might be a word.
You know what? We're going to use it anyway.
We're going to use it anyway.
We're going to call it the momentous occasion.
So
Show
appreciate
50.
everybody tuning in to another episode of the JMatt Show. I'm joined by the homie Wayne. As you can see, as you can hear, I feel good, man. How you feel?
Man, I'm feeling real good, man. I got my red cup. Ain't nothing in it, but I got it.
Red Solo Cup. I fill you up. Let's have a party. Let's have a party.
So you going to do that after you. We just had that hot beat. And then you went country on me.
I know. I hope he ain't racist. I don't remember his name. Have you ever heard that song?
I haven't.
Oh, my God.
I heard it now.
Yeah. Country motherfuckers make songs about anything.
They do.
Red Solo Cup.
And they go crazy to it.
I feel you up.
They turn up, man. They get out there and get to doing them their line dances.
No, but they shit don't be nothing but the electric slide with a little bit of extra sauce on it. They should be simple. They be side to side with a little toe clap.
I can't do it. I can't even do our line dances.
No, I can't either. Never.
Hey, man, that's the one that I want to learn, too, man. I've been trying to figure that one out since I was a kid. I still can't get it.
Since a kid. It ain't
Since
been
a
out
kid.
that fucking long, man.
Yeah.
No, it hasn't, man.
It ain't.
No.
It had to been.
That's the Temptations, nigga, part 2. Like,
Well, what the fuck am I
that's the
thinking about then?
revised Temptations song. I don't know what you talking about, but that one, that shit got a that shit was cool, but that
No.
Tamia
You know what? I am thinking about another one, but I'm not gonna do like you did and try to sing it to try to.
Never let.
Nah, I'm just gonna.
Never,
I'll bring it in
never,
next week and let you hear it, so you know what I'm talking about. You trying to do that one with
That's the Temptations
Grant
one.
Hill's wife.
No,
What's
that's
her
the Tamia. I'm not about to sing Tamia out here, man.
Is
Come on, man.
that her that
I'm
got
like
the
a
one that
baritone.
all the chicks be doing?
Yeah, that shit
That
got
her?
a lot of spinning in it. Where they
Man.
just be twirling a lot. Man, whatever, man. Let's get to the show, man.
What is we talking about today, man?
I just want to make sure that everybody who tunes in to the show likes the show, favorites the show, subscribes to the show, especially if it's on YouTube. If it's on Spotify, make sure you favorite it. If it's on Anchor, make sure you like it, put thumbs up, hit the star, all that stuff, because that's the only way other people going to find out about the show.
Right.
We're trying to get this shit trending in some sort of way, form, or fashion.
Follow me on Black Planet and MySpace, man. Click the link. Get to the show. The JMatt Show. I'm old school.
Black Planet. Black people meet.
.org.
All right, y'all. Let's get into it. We actually got a lot to talk about today.
Do it.
It's a little bit of interesting list that I have compiled here. But first off, what I want to say is R.I.P. to Charles Rogers,
Oh man,
former wide receiver of the
Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions. He was really good. He was really good. He passed away at 38 years old. Man, that's really 38 years young, I should say.
Hey, that's scary.
It is.
That's scary.
It is. I'm about to be 37 in like 2 weeks. And you know what I'm saying? I got aches and pains when I get out the bed. And I don't want to think about no heart attack. I think he had a heart attack, man, if I'm not mistaken. But rest in peace, prayers and condolences to his family, friends, loved ones, all that.
Absolutely.
Ah, man, that's terrible. Other sad news, Kodak Black. I'm not sure if you heard, but Kodak Black just got sentenced to 3 years, 3.5 years, I do believe, for purchasing guns illegally. So,
Dumbass.
yeah. Young talent, though. I like Kodak. You don't like Kodak?
No, I don't like Kodak.
I like Kodak, man. Kodak, all right with me.
I ain't too many of these young dudes. Man, I realized that I'm that old hater now.
You don't have to be, though.
No, I don't have to be, but it is what it is, man. Especially with me being somebody that has dabbled in, music a little bit, man. Like I listen to a lot of these.
I don't want to hear that. You can't sprinkle I dabbled in music.
I dabbled in it.
And you won't
I'm
get
not spitting,
no
man.
bars.
Throw the goddamn beat on.
No,
man.
it's too late.
Okay, we're good because I
It's
wasn't
too
gonna
late.
do nothing no way. Man, please don't throw the beat on, man. Come on, man. Stop it. Anyway, like I said, a person that then dabbled in music a little bit, man. When I hear, so you gonna play it anyway?
That's like elevator music. It's softly playing in the background, man. Just act like you don't even hear it, man. You ain't about to spit
I'm gonna
anyway.
act exactly like that.
Go ahead, continue.
But seriously, man. Like a lot of these cats, I hear them rapping, and back in the day, if you would have heard these, if they came up to you like, listen to this, man, they would have got laughed at. And I listened to like the Kodak Blacks, the 21 Savages, and like, man, people go crazy over these artists, and it was a point in time.
Now you definitely sound like an old hater because this sound that these niggas is producing,
is that what it is? Sound
is different than what was back then.
All right, don't get it wrong. Don't get it wrong.
The sound was different.
We listen to.
You gotta be able to evolve, man. Come on, man. You gotta appreciate what these dudes.
But
Some of these dudes
are they evolving?
They got their own sound.
I can't call it evolution. I feel like this generation has just become watered down so much that they're accepting something that shouldn't be accepted. But if that's what float take boat, then so be it. Because we listen to No Limit. It wasn't a whole bunch of artists on No Limit that was spitting no bars. It really wasn't none. You had like one or two artists that actually had some bars, but for the most part, it was all about beats by the pound.
So what is your point here, sir?
My point is I don't like Kodak Black. That's my point.
Damn.
And he shouldn't have been buying guns or whatever. And I don't even like his personality, man. I just seen him do a lot of other little wild stuff outside of just the music or whatever, man. Not my cup of tea. Hey, man, good luck with them 3 years.
So you co-signing how T.I. felt when he came out and said he needed to fix it expeditiously. And then he turned that into a nice little podcast as well called Expeditiously.
He said this related to Kodak Black situation?
No, I was just throwing in some old shit that really wasn't relevant to anything at all.
Oh, okay.
But I just said it. But yeah.
But I'm gonna co-sign it. Shout out to the King of the South.
No. I fucks with Kodak.
Oh man, please.
Free Kodak Black, Nick.
Man.
All right. What other shout outs I'm about to give? Shout out to Smoke. Smoke, my homie Smoke. He did the beat from last week. Shout out again, Jay Frey for the tunes this week. All right, let's get into my favorite section of the show, National Day.
We got another one of those?
Every day is a national day. Every day is a celebration.
What is it today?
All right. National Day today. Today is National Indian Pudding Day. That's nasty. That is nasty.
What is Indian pudding?
Yeah, give me a lifeline on this. What is this? We have to find out. That just doesn't sound appetizing at all. Is it real pudding? National Indian Pudding Day.
It ain't banana pudding.
It recognizes a cold weather classic. Each year, serve up this traditional so it's a New England dessert that's sure to wow.
It better be a dessert. It's pudding.
If you wow you in some type. What's in this goddamn pudding? Where is this shit? Come on, man. In the 17th. Oh no, we don't need a history lesson. What's in the fucking pudding?
I need ingredients.
They initially made the pudding with wheat due to a shortage of grain. The colonists eventually used cornmeal.
For pudding?
I don't like this.
Come on, man. Thanksgiving right around the corner, but this might be a dish.
They also, it says they replaced water with milk. So we got
cornmeal
and milk
and wheat.
That kind of sound like cornbread, right? So far, right?
I ain't never made cornbread before, so I'm gonna roll with you on this.
So now it says for added flavor, as if the cornmeal and the milk is not enough sauce for you. They add either molasses or maple syrup. Actually, this is actually not sounding too bad.
So we got cornmeal, we got milk, we got syrup.
Okay.
Are these pancakes?
Right. Other ingredients they added include cinnamon. I'm rolling. Ground ginger. Okay.
All right.
Spice, butter, eggs, raisins, and nuts.
Okay. So
raisins is definitely
wait a
some
minute.
white.
So this got to be something that's like thick. It ain't like pudding. This is. I feel like I heard of this before.
See, slowly baked for several hours.
This gonna be thick. This is something you got to cut into.
You there with it. It says
yeah.
baking transforms the pudding's texture from the original porridge-like quality.
Hey man,
I was on point with that shit.
Whatever this is, whatever. I've had this before, but it wasn't called Indian pudding.
What was it?
I don't know, but I've had whatever the hell that is before. I've seen it. I've seen that. So I just can't think of. You know. Hey, listen, when this show releases, I need somebody to hear these ingredients, and I need y'all to contact us and let us know what this is called in the black community. Because in the Indian community, it must be called Indian pudding. But that ain't what the hell we call it, and I need to know what it really is.
Yeah, Indian pudding just doesn't sound very appealing. Like,
no, I don't like
Indian
that.
pudding.
It don't make me want to taste
Grandma
that at all.
didn't say that at all. All right, it's also World Kindness Day. Nothing. You got nothing for that.
Man, it just made me just want to be mean to everybody.
Damn,
as soon
you
as I heard
contrary than the motherfucker, huh?
Look, I'm just
World
gonna mean mug the
Day.
host.
That's funny though, because I was listening to somebody earlier. I was listening to Joe Rogan's podcast. I done plugged 2 podcasts on this motherfucker.
Man,
it doesn't really matter.
Joe Rogan.
Nobody's listening to us. So I was listening to him, and he was talking to Donnell Rawlings, and he was talking about how it doesn't really matter how or if anyone disagrees. You just got to be nice about it. Disagree in a nice way.
I feel like that's how it should be in life, period. People need to understand how to be able to communicate properly without having to be disrespectful. Be nice and agree to disagree.
It's almost like disrespect is in style.
It is. But that, I almost said something, but that's for another show.
Is it?
I'm not even gonna mention what I was about to say.
Share it.
No, man,
it's the worst tease ever.
Nah,
Come on,
man. I was getting ready to take that and get to talking about relationships and women and see.
You know that is the most popular shit, and that's what everybody wants to hear anyway.
Man, listen, man, you trying to have a whole community of women come in my neck. Listen,
that's what you trying to do. That's
listen,
your comment,
man. This is just my opinion. Women, be nice. Men, be respectful so the women can be nice. I'm going to throw that in there, and I'm going to be safe. I'm going to be safe.
Women, be nice, and men, be respectful so the women can be nice. I like that. There's something more to it. I see it. I feel there's more to it.
You know what? I feel like the whole disrespectful nature of this generation nowadays it's starting to become glorified. You know, man, it's too much love and hip hop and bad girls club and all this kind of stuff. And I feel like that this generation is starting to grow up thinking that that's the way that they're supposed to be, man. Like, man, I just need morals to be put back in place, and just the whole respectful nature all the way around from our women to just get back to what it's supposed to be.
You know, I agree with you, but I don't know if that shit will ever go back.
I can't say necessarily it will either, man. Just like
being
naked on social media has become glorified. But again, I mean, we either go talk about it. What you want to do? Come on. What you gonna
No,
hit me
I
with,
was just
man?
telling you.
Come on.
Remember, I was telling you about the things that I saved. Like, if you ever saved anything
Yeah.
on Instagram, like
Yeah.
to your favorite.
Yeah.
And so I had to bring up that clip, and some things was in my favorites. I was like, oh wow, I don't remember ever hitting the favorite button.
Hey man,
But it
if
was
we
some-
talking about it, let's talk about it, man. How you feeling about
There
that?
are some filthy things that I saved that I guess I wanted to reference later for some reason. And as I'm looking, I'm like, why did I save this?
What was you going through at the moment? Like you got some filth?
I don't know if I was going through anything. It's not that bad of filth. It's Instagram.
I mean,
It can't
is
be
it
that
filth
bad, right?
or is it smut?
What's smut?
Smut is
That sounds
that's
really
something we need to
nasty.
talk about it after.
Smut
Smut is
downright
taking us back to
despicable.
last week to paradise. Filth is I'm disappointed in this. I'm gonna save this because I got to talk about it.
Yeah, filth.
Okay, it's filth.
I think I said filth.
yeah. Smut is something you looking at off air for no reason.
You're nasty. You're thinking about smut. I wouldn't do such a thing. I don't even think they have or endorse smut on Instagram.
Listen. We're definitely not gonna talk about that.
No, you know what? Since you said that, I'm not gonna like click on anything, but just look at some of the things that I've favorited before. I don't that one.
I need to know what that is.
That was saved for a reference. I think I was going to use that one on a podcast. I do believe. And that one was just, I thought that was just
I
like
need you to click on
a
that
work
one.
of art, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
A lot of surgery going on in that picture.
You think so? Because that's
yeah.
like an ongoing debate.
I mean, come on. First of all,
Is that line right there?
listen, I got a message.
Oh, so by the way, I'm sorry. Man, this is so rude of us. We're looking at a picture I saved. I'll admit it, man. I saved a picture of, and it was actually for this reason.
Listen,
that I saved it.
before disclaimer to my wife, he saved it, not me.
Well, we don't
but
have to.
He showed it to me,
do
and
any
it would be
disclaimers.
rude and
We don't-
disrespectful of me to not look at what he's showing
Like I said,
me. So
man,
I'm
this
gonna
is
look.
public information. This is Instagram.
It is.
This
It
is
is.
delicious, and I've had a love-hate
I
relationship.
should have known
with
that was delicious.
for a long. Well, yeah, it says it right there. But besides the point, it says it delicious right there.
I should have known. Let's moving on. Come on, what you want to say?
What
about
I was gonna say is, I've like unfollowed her over the years,
Right.
And I've permanently unfollowed her, and I do believe I saved this one.
I actually unfollowed her too because remember I told you certain stuff makes me unproductive, and I have a wife now. I can't have that kind of stuff going on. But I will say this, so that just kind of like tripped me out because what I was getting ready to say while looking at that picture, like, man, women gotta stop going and getting these surgeries. But from my understanding, she make it seem like all her stuff so natural. But I gotta say, looking at that thigh
part
to
of the
ass ratio, that did not look natural. Now, don't get me wrong. We know that ever since the Flavor of Hip Hop days, is it Flavor of Hip Hop? Flavor of Love.
You is old nigga.
That Flavor of Hip Hop. Ever since the Flavor of Love days with him, we knew Delicious had she had ass.
She had cakes.
But man, like in that picture, man, like come on, man, she did something to the cakes, man. Like it done been in the oven rising a little bit more than what it should be.
A lot of yeast.
There's a lot of yeast in there now. That's my personal opinion. Fight me.
Yeah. All right. I don't even know why we talked about Delicious.
I mean,
But I don't follow her
a
no
chronic
more
break.
because I'm really a fan of the natural stuff. I don't really follow too many chicks that got enhancements.
Listen, I take a little booty over a fake booty any day.
Yeah. All right.
That's just real talk.
So that's enough of the talk about enhancements.
Gluteus maximums.
I was
minimums.
I was thinking about I don't know, this is a random thought, but how do you feel about jeans where you got your knees out?
You talking about like with rips?
It don't even be a rip. It just be an opening for your
Just
kneecap to poke through.
Just a big ass hole in your pants?
Yeah. How do you feel about those jeans, man?
I mean, I personally,
You got any?
no, I don't think I do. No, I don't got none.
You know, like when you sitting down on the couch like we doing,
your whole
and
knee-
your whole kneecap is out.
Nah, that ain't for me. I'm 40 though. I mean, I like, don't get me wrong. I'm 40. You know, I can pass for being a lot younger, depending on if I got my hat on or off, and depending on what type of hairline day I'm having. But my attire, I could go either way. I could go real adult with it, or I dabble in some of the the younger generation attire. But I'm not wearing my kneecaps out.
So I was thinking, like, it's kind of weird that men's jeans, like, it's common for your knees to be out in like the urban stores. It's like you don't see a lot of white guys walking around with their knees out in their jeans. Is it just me?
You know what? I can't even take it there because there's a lot of stuff that the Caucasian community do that you ain't about to see no black people doing either.
What's the last crazy thing you seen them do? I ain't seen them do no crazy shit in a while.
Man,
but I know they out here.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, like, nowadays, man, with the crazy stuff that we're doing, I can't even say that I've seen anything crazy that they do because they're all mixed together, all doing the same crazy shit, in my opinion.
So they all got their knees out just wilding.
Wilding.
All right. I don't know what it is, but I walked into several stores doing some shopping. I don't really do too much shopping. I'm like, let me go get some new jeans. Let me just try some different shit out. Now, granted, it's cold now in Cleveland, so a lot of the jeans that I was seeing with the knees out, a lot of them shits is tucked away now.
Right.
But just last month, it was knee splits everywhere. And I call it hey, knee splits, man.
Knee splits.
And it was like, it's like, why they trying to get a dude showing their knees? And it was, I remember it was a point in time where women couldn't even show their knees. Like, your skirts had to be below the knee. It's like, something about the knee is like sensual. I don't know. Maybe I'm going too far with it, but it's like,
so man, this really bothers you that these
really
knees
do,
are
man.
So I gotta ask you.
I don't like if you got shorts on, cool, but I don't want you to like purposely showing me your knee.
I mean, what are you insinuating with this? Like, if the knee is out, does that say something about the masculinity of the person wearing the pants?
Nah, I don't think it says something about the masculinity of the person wearing the pants. I think it says something about the masculinity of the person who designed the pants.
I don't know if I can argue with that, but you know what, man? Hey, these designers, they make a little bit of everything,
and they basically get niggas that do have some strange shit going on with their sexuality, wear the knee splits in the jeans with the whole kneecaps exposed, and then because they have the following and everybody sets.
Well, what about Kanye's line or whatever? Kanye made an outfit look like he got shot up at the goddamn bus stop.
Absolutely. He got the Hunger Games clothing line, and everything looked like he like
Walking Dead ass line.
Yeah. Everything's brown and tan.
And it's expensive.
And oversized. He taking us back to the 90s.
Man, listen. Kanye.
Have you ever bought any Yeezys?
Never.
Okay.
Never. You know what? And the thing is that, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not a big fan of, like you got people that just go spend a bunch of money on ugly clothes just because it's expensive. And it's like, hey, your outfit is fucked up. And they'd be like, but it's Yeezy. It's like, I don't give a damn. Like it's just like, man, if you're going to spend the money, can it at least look nice? And that's the thing. Like, I'm not for the whole just spending money on something because it's expensive, man. Have me looking crisp out here, man. Don't have me looking like, man, I'm supposed to be laying on some cardboard by a vent with the smoke coming up out of it.
Should we like have a seance for Yeezy? What should we call the nigga? Because now he's calling himself, what is it? He called himself Christian billionaire genius Kanye West.
Yeah. And wait a minute, is this gonna be in 2024 when he calls himself this?
No, he said basically when he runs for
president
office, when he runs for office, he's gonna call himself Christian billionaire genius Kanye West. So let's just get into this.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Let's get all the way.
If this was anybody other than Kanye West, I would be like, what? But because it's Kanye, it's like I'm still kind of like, what? But at the same time, I'm like, it's Kanye. It is funny to me.
No. All right. No.
No.
It's not funny. It's not funny because this nigga's dead ass serious.
That's what makes it funny to me.
No, my nigga.
You see what he said? He said, what y'all laughing at?
Fam, I'm gonna play the clip too, but listen, you know this nigga's been running. Fam, you got the damn article. We got so much shit on Kanye.
He been saying that he's gonna run for president. Even I remember T.I. even said it. T.I. said he talked to him and he said that what's crazy about Kanye, he said he's dead serious.
Yes, and he's smart. Listen, this man is super calculated. Okay,
Man.
listen to what he's doing, y'all. I don't watch this nigga from the bleachers, man. I see this nigga is calculated, right? All right. This nigga got Sunday service. My nigga got Sunday service where he then took popular songs and then remixed them into gospel, right? My nigga, he got all type of people attending his Sunday services. And he does this shit. He started that shit in what? California? Now he travels the country doing Sunday service. He done been at mega churches. He done basically took this shit on the road like it's a like he's touring Sunday service and he's doing all this shit in the name of the Lord.
Wait a minute. So I got to speak on this real quick.
And before you do that,
Okay, go ahead.
you do know that the whole evangelical shit when it comes to politics runs the game. So if he plans on running for president, my nigga is doing a good job starting a grassroots community based in Christianity. Go ahead.
Matt, listen. So
Speak on it.
So I read an article today, and I gotta say, I mean, this just me just kind of like segueing into just having to speak more about this pastor opposed to Kanye.
What pastor
So,
do you speak of?
We're talking about Joel Osteen. So I read
No,
an
you
article
talking
today.
about Joel
I'm
Osteen.
talking about Joel Osteen. I'm gonna talk about Joel Osteen. You know, but I read an article today, and I don't know how reliable this article is, but you know, hey, I'm pretty sure that we will find out eventually. But they said that Joel Osteen paid Kanye West $300,000 to come with his choir to perform at his Sunday service. Now check this out. Here's why this disturbed me. And you know, I'm willing to take whatever feedback from anybody to be able to correct me if I'm wrong on this because I'm still trying to get some details on it.
Don't solicit no feedback. Nigga.
No, okay.
Niggas will come for that ass.
I want to make sure that I'm right about this. But in the article, they said that he paid him $300,000 to come to the Sunday service. It didn't say $300,000 to come and do a concert. You know, a concert where you selling tickets and you know, and you getting, you know, proceeds back. $300,000 to come and perform at Sunday service. So for me, that's got me viewing this a bunch of different ways. Like, is the church tithes paying for this $300,000 for him to come and perform at service, or did Joel Osteen pay this $300,000 out of his own pocket for him to come and perform at service? Or is this a concert where tickets are going to be sold? And then, like, is there a cover charge now for Sunday service? I need answers about how $300,000 is going to sit up there and pay Kanye and his choir. Now, Kanye, get your money. Get your money, Kanye.
You just trying to figure out if the
church money is going towards this performance.
I mean,
or even if it's Joel Osteen's money out of pocket, but still, even with that a lot of that money is coming from your congregation.
So why you have a problem with that? I'm just wondering.
My issue with it is this,
because we got Mary out here,
man,
and a lot of people out there.
Listen, you got a congregation that's that big, and hey, I don't care. Like, whoever got something to say to me about what I'm about to say, I just know this about me. I don't care.
Oh shit.
You know, but you got all of these people in your congregation. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are faithfully tithing. But then in a lot of cases, a lot of people, if they can't even afford to pay their bills, they're still going to sit up there and be faithful with tithing. And if they wanted to go to their church and say, "Hey, I'm struggling. I need this." A lot of them can't even do it because it's set up like a business. But that business is going to turn around and go and pay $300,000 to an artist to come and perform for a couple of hours, if that long, and then go home. And then you're going to have those same people that's been faithful to your congregation all this time still going home struggling the way that they were. That's something that I have.
Now,
a
that
problem
would be true if you're talking about just the old rinky-dink mom and pop's church down the street on 105 and Superior, whatever. But Joe Osteen got congregation members that got that money.
I understand that he got
They got big bank in
yeah,
there.
but you can't sit up
He
there
get
and be
big donations
yeah,
and ties.
you're right. You get big donations and ties, but at the same time, you also got a lot of faithful people that ain't got that big money, but they're 10%.
Oh
that they
man,
put into it.
them
is
little
just as
$20 they give. Nobody worry about the little $20. They keep that little stack of ass $20 on time money. Then they got 20 mil coming up in that boy.
Hey, and there it is, right there.
That's what I'm talking about.
There it is, right there.
Joe
And
got that 20 mil donation coming in that boy.
So who you really helping? Who you really help by having
Kanye Sunday
by having
service, nigga.
Kanye coming? So having
That's
Kanye
a donation
coming,
to Kanye's campaign, nigga.
Exactly.
Basically.
So Kanye comes and performs. Who just got helped, other than having an emotional moment? But I want to be careful because I don't have all the details about this whole situation. But based off the article that I've read, I got to say that I got an issue with it. But that's just me.
Hey, man. Kanye getting that money.
Get your money, Kanye.
And he using that money
In Jesus'
to run
name.
for president of the United States of America. And he's going to get votes.
He's going to get votes.
His wife is Kim K, and she getting niggas out of jail. People love her.
Kim K gon' I'm telling you,
they
when
love
Kanye,
her whole family.
When Kanye run, if they still married, because now that he, on this whole spiritual journey that he's on now, he's starting to have issues with his wife being naked. But trust and believe, if he runs, if he runs, be prepared for her to get naked one more time for Instagram.
No.
Be prepared for it. She gonna be popping another bottle of champagne with the cork landing on her ass or doing something. Like, she's going to do something to get, even if it ain't for Kanye. She's an attention seeker. When people
you need, though,
man, listen,
they
the woman is paid, but at the same time, man, it's not about it, man. She needs to be in the spotlight, man. I'm telling you, every single time that she feels like the world has forgotten about Kim K, she has to do something.
Hey, you sound like you really up on Kim K's doings.
No, I'm up on just this whole just what these people are doing to like if you notice, the majority of people on social media that like she's the queen of the whole Instagram model stuff.
Actually, you know what though? Honestly, I'm not well versed on the Kim K actions, but I think her sister got a little bit more sauce than her out here.
Oh, which one?
Her sister a billionaire. Which one is it?
Kylie. I think so.
Yeah, she out here doing the damn thing.
They say she's a self-made billionaire. I take it.
No, she ain't self-made.
Yeah,
She's
that's
definitely
what
not
they say.
self-made.
But notice this.
She might be. Let me take that back. She might be.
No.
She might be.
I can't
don't
say
know.
self-made because that's like Trump talking about. My dad gave me a small loan of $1 million. Like, kill yourself. Listen,
billionaires, that is a small loan, but
yeah. I mean, I get it right. But my thing is, or whatever, is that I'm looking at that person that they came out the gutter and became a billionaire, or whatever they say that they self-made or whatever. Like, if you've had somebody invest millions in you for you to be able to eventually become a billionaire, I'll say you self-made in the way of, like, you got to put the work in. Of course, you got to get the following and stuff like that. So I'll give you that. But you still had to, like, you still were handed something in order to get to that point. But I don't all the way know all of that. But come on, it's the Kardashian family. But notice, she gets less publicity than her naked sister.
Who? Which one?
The billionaire. She gets more. She seems to get less publicity than Kim.
I don't know. I think they're in just two different age groups. You
That
know what I'm
could
saying? Like she's definitely hot amongst teenagers. Like literally teenage girls and chicks in their 20s. Like I think she surpassed Kim for that age bracket.
But Kim is across all the age brackets, even to the dirty old men like myself. Now I'm playing.
Kim used to be, to me, at one point in time, when I first found out about Kim Kardashian, I thought she was one of like the most beautiful women on the planet. I thought
Even after seeing the
when
video?
no, this was before I seen the video. This is
Oh,
before I knew anything about a video. This was like a long time ago when that show like first started.
I didn't even know who Kim was until the video.
I didn't know who she was until I don't know. I don't know why
I didn't know who she was
I think
until
until
that
Ray
video
J
dropped.
said something. I'm like, oh, I still really didn't know. She's
Yeah.
really nobody, right? I guess like
Hey,
she's the daughter
she's
of
somebody
a famous
now.
lawyer.
She the daughter of your boy and girl.
Oh, boy, who?
Or is she?
Who are you talking about?
Who is their mom dad? Is that
Mom,
her,
dad.
Is that her real mom dad or is she that ain't her mom dad?
Bruce.
Bruce. What's his new name?
I don't even know her.
I don't
Chris-
even know. I don't even-
Damn, we mad.
I don't even know his,
we extra.
I don't even know her real name.
Shit.
Yeah, so we got to be
Caitlyn. Fucking Caitlyn.
Jenner.
Jenner. Caitlyn Bruce Jenner.
But Kylie, that's his daughter, right?
Yeah, the little ones.
The
So
little
the
one-
girls is definitely his kid.
Okay, so but Kim,
Kim is the lawyer.
as a-
The lawyer. OJ's buddy. The lawyer. Yeah, man, come on, man.
The lawyer.
Kim K is the daughter of the lawyer friend of OJ Simpson.
Gotcha.
So she's really only famous because of her daddy in the OJ case. But they got that money though, so
Yeah.
it really don't even matter. And then Bruce was the Olympian. He come in,
Yeah.
triathlete, whatever the fuck he was.
Now he's about to
On the Wheaties box and everything.
I'm not. You know what? I'm not messing with that community. I'm gonna be quiet now.
Oh, you just said all that. Now it's too late. You said everything. You've said it all.
I'm scared of that community.
Oh my God. Hey, you know what? You know what community is strange? I swear the Hollywood community is super strange. The more and more,
Hell yeah.
it almost seems like if you could get money and stay away from fame, because fame almost is a part of Hollywood. It's almost like you can't shake Hollywood and not have fame, or you can't have fame and shake Hollywood.
It's a battle between trying to be true to yourself.
And I mean
and
Hollyweird.
Hollyweird.
I mean, it's wrapped up. When I say Hollyweird, I'm talking about the athletes is included, because athletes, entertainers, and actors, to me, they all run in the same circle because they got that same tax bracket that they in. It's
Right.
like they shared, like the women, they all share the same shit. They invited to each parties.
But what makes Hollywood Hollyweird is people pursuing a dream and the stuff that they're willing to do to get there.
How you know? You been there?
No, I mean, all you got to do is listen to that. Okay, so look at it from this standpoint. All right, you got somebody that's pursuing, trying to. I'm a new actress or actor trying to pursue something. All right, so then you get this big producer or director or something like, hey, I'm gonna put you in.
Who's
this
a
movie.
homosexual?
Huh? We ain't even take it. I got to take it to a homosexual
But
standpoint.
they typically are. Go ahead.
So be it, like, okay, so be it. And then they like, hey, we gonna make you a star.
If you suck my dick.
Right. And next thing you know, you sucking dick twice trying to say you ain't gay. Hollyweird, people.
Thank you. You see what I'm talking about? It's all wrapped into one. They say
people are losing their dignity.
They say rappers want to be ball players want to be
rappers.
And you got all the actors coming to watch the athletes and the entertainers. So they all run in the same circle. Anyway,
Man, how many people hate us right now?
I don't know. I don't even give a shit. I hope a lot,
I
because if it's a lot, that mean they watching and listening.
Hey, man, I'm a man.
I
I'm a man of the community, man. I love helping people, man. But honestly, I have to keep it real. I can't sit up there I do care about my image, but at the same time, when it comes to my image, this is who I am. But like, you're gonna see me on the JMatt show acting a plumb fool. This is me. And then you're going to turn around and see me helping people with financial literacy and all types of other different things or whatever. This is all me.
So you got to be well-rounded. See, that's the thing. That's why I haven't had too many guests on the show. Because in order to come on the show, you have to be willing to be a part of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And what the show is real conversation.
I got to be honest.
You got to let your hair down. If you can't let your hair down, you probably don't want to come on the show.
This is my way of being able to bring those talks out that people have behind the scenes when people faking and hiding. Like, no, I'm going to give you the real me.
Well, let's give us the real you on where I was going before you derailed the conversation with your old.
My apologies.
You just wanted to get on the soapbox for a second.
I did,
and tell
and I'm down
everybody
now.
about
Mic drop.
who you are. I think we hear you, Wayne.
Yes,
Wayne.
The
people know who Wayne is, right? All right. Where was I going? What was we talking about?
Oh man, we went all the way.
No,
left.
what was I talking about?
Man, it went from a national.
Oh, we were talking about Hollyweird.
Hollyweird.
Yeah, we were talking about Hollyweird. So everything is all wrapped into one, right? And I was gonna ask you, since you've given us everybody your raw, real opinion about who you are, how do you feel about the weird shit that Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats is doing with their little boy? It's a boy, right? Is he fluid?
A 4-year-old boy at that.
He gender fluid. So how you feel about, and it seems to really just be promoted, or at least they take this examples from the people in Hollyweird community, so to speak, and then they amplify it and just write stories about it, and then they just advertise it to everybody else, and then that becomes the standard and the example and what's accepted behavior for you and your household.
I feel like it's a very, very thin line between woke and crazy as hell. I'm going to say that just to start off.
I don't even think woke has anything
Oh,
to do
no. The reason why I say that is because, man, I used to be a humongous fan of Alicia Keys. Like her music was so dope to me. Then she went to this whole women empowerment thing where it was like, hey, I ain't mad at you empowering women with your music, but as she started to do it, her music started to suck to me. But then over a course of time, then she said, I'm not going to wear makeup. And then it just, like, Alicia Keys is one of the most talented artists female artists that I've seen come through our generation. And then she just got to a point where it's like, for me, she just became crazy.
You think she crazy?
This particular situation made me feel like she was crazy as hell. But I feel like she set her husband up for failure with this one. As a married man, I have to whether my wife is right or wrong, I have to come to the defense of my wife first. Now, whatever it is that she's wrong about, I might have to talk to her about it behind closed doors and be like, hey, I got your back, but you fucked up with that one. But with this one, she actually sat up there and said that she was cool. She trying to convince her 4-year-old son, wear your rainbow fingernails.
Hold on. Okay. Just pause for a second. Myself, and I'm not sure if the listeners are aware of it, but I didn't really read any articles, and I'm not really sure the details. But what you're saying is she was basically encouraging. She suggested this to him.
Man, listen, she had her son, from the information that I read and heard.
We could all be fucking this shit up.
Well, I will say this: I've read across 3 different sources and heard, and all of them said the same exact thing. So I'm gonna take it from there.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so they say that she's at the nail salon and everything like that. Her son was supposed to, I'm gonna put this in a nutshell. Her son was supposed to have got some rainbow fingernails, but then her son said something about like, "Hey, I'm not gonna be able to wear this around people because people are not gonna like this." And her 4-year-old son, and she suggested to him that he should not be concerned about what other people think and that he should go ahead and wear the rainbow fingernail polish if he wants to. And here's my issue. When they addressed Swiss Beats about it to see what he thought about it, he seemed to be cool with it. And that's where I kind of got caught up in the way of like, is he really cool about it, or was this one of them things where it's like, you know what, I'm gonna have my wife's back on this situation because that's my wife, but behind closed doors, it's like, did you really go public and say some bullshit like this and put me in this type of predicament to have to defend your shit? And then on the flip side, it's like, if you're in support of it, like, where the hell are you as a father and as a man when we out here, like the moment that we see all of these men that seem to be all feminine acting and not being the typical man, we so quick to talk about where the father's at. Where the father's at. At least that's what women seem to be sitting out here saying, where the father's at. But then these type of situations happen, and then and when the father is in support of it, it's like, well, what the hell is going on? And then you got these women out here doing their thing. Yes, and they support. Like, come on, man. Somebody got to bring this shit together and make sense of it, because there's too many people. It's no consistency with having. I'm not feeling none of this shit, man. And I'm getting emotional about it right now. Even thinking about it, man. This is bullshit. I'm going to call it what it is. Ain't no little 4-year-old boy supposed to be having no fingernail polish on. I don't care if it's clear. I don't care if it's rainbow. I don't care what it is. That is a little boy. Let his father teach that little boy how to grow up and be a man.
And
what woman out there is talking about they won't? Look, man, I'm getting hyped, man. What woman out here is trying to go and be like, man, oh, you know what? There's a grown-ass damn construction worker over there. That's a man's man. But you know what? I want this dude over here with the fingernail polish on and the makeup.
All right,
come on, where are we going?
Let me stop you before you really get attacked, because you did solicit some feedback earlier. You might have forgot before you went on your rant that you just went on. You did ask for feedback, and you just went on that rant. So let me just
I just got myself in trouble.
I don't know, baby. We'll see what happens. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to just say this. From Swiss Beats' perspective, it is possible that I don't want to assume what he thinking, but I'm going to just go ahead and say that as a husband raising a son with a famous wife involved in Hollywood, I'm pretty sure they have had discussions about their little boy. And I'm pretty sure Swiss Beats understands that his little boy might be a little funny.
At 4?
At 4.
Man, come on, man. Come on, man.
It's possible. I've seen the shit. I've definitely seen it. It's possible. Now, listen, I used to be, and I wasn't trying to get into this conversation, but I used to be one of them people that used to think that, nah, man, being homosexual or gay is a learned behavior. I used to think like, man, no, you just learn that shit. But now, in my more mature mind, I may come to realize fully at some day that genetics or some type of shit, some malfunctioning shit may happen where you just wired different.
You know what?
And I don't want to say malfunction as if it's a bad thing, but you know what I mean.
You know what? Whether
things get crossed and you just get wired differently.
Whether I agree or disagree with the whole gay at birth thing or not, my thing is, do you not feel like that 4 years old is a little bit too early to determine that?
No, here's the thing. You shouldn't let any child determine what they're going to be sexually before they are grown. You definitely should not allow a child to decide, hey, I'm a girl. I'm going to be a girl. No, you're 5. You're not going to be a girl. This is just my opinion.
Okay.
Until that child goes and experience more things in life. Maybe by the time you're in 4th grade and you get around some really boys, you might decide that, hey, I don't want to wear a dress no more. That you decided to wear in the 1st grade. You know what I'm saying? You're like this is not, you can't let a child make these type of decisions.
It's a lot of decisions that these children
Unless
shouldn't be
you,
making.
as a parent, because don't nobody know your child like you. Unless
Right.
you see, all right, this motherfucker's different. It ain't no fixing this nigga. This motherfucker is different. And that's just what it is.
You know what? And I want to say I agree with you in this sense. Okay, so you different. What my issue is that I feel like that it's getting to a point where a lot of parents are starting to kind of force feed
That's
a
the
lot
thing.
of their own personal beliefs into their children
That's
without
the
giving them the opportunity to like, and that's what I feel like happened with this Alicia Keys situation. Her 4-year-old son seemed to already have an understanding like this is not okay. And it's like, no. You can do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, man,
That's
like,
the
no, I
Hollywood
feel like
shit.
you should have steered him in the direction of being like, you know what? You're a boy.
Like she wants him
probably
to be
wouldn't
a
be
part
cool.
of this other community where it's like the new wave of shit. Like the new wave got all the colors in the rainbow
Right.
in that motherfucker reflecting,
Right.
shining bright.
Right.
And they want to be, everybody is jumping on this wave because they see that as the future. They're gonna.
It's a lot of manipulation going on
It's
that
a lot
I'm not
of bullshit.
feeling.
It's a lot of bullshit. I ain't gonna lie.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's one thing for it to like genuinely be who you are, but I'm not cool with the whole fad part of it, where it's just like people out here trying stuff that it is that they not even really down for just because it seems to be what's cool and what's being pushed. And it's like, man, keep instilling the proper morals, and then if people just happen to be like, hey, this is who I am genuinely, then so be it, and let it be that. But stop trying to force feed the whole homosexual movement on people that ain't necessarily even homosexuals.
Now here's the thing. We're gonna just to transition away from this topic. I feel you, but we're just gonna have to get used to it because, like I said, we're not going backwards. The movement is here. It's going to progress, and I think that at some point in time, we just can't be mad at what the reality is of the situation is. Like, it is what it is. At some point, we're gonna have to, just like you don't like the new wave of this music that I'll call music, the young dudes. At some point in time, we're just gonna have to be like, you know what? I can't just sit in my fucking sad chair of listening to this horrible music and being a hater about it. At some point, you're just gonna be like, you know what? This shit is progressed beyond where I was comfortable, and it's gonna keep going. And I'm gonna just sit back and listen to my CDs.
Man, listen. I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm not about to lose no sleep over none of it, but I'm not about to sit back and just act like I like it either, though.
You don't have to. You listen
feel
to your
me?
CDs. Play your CDs and your
I am.
records.
No, I ain't about to play no CDs. I'm about to play my tapes.
Yeah, put the tapes
I'm
in.
putting the tapes in.
You know what I'm saying? Your double decker, man. Let the boom box rock, nigga.
And that's what I'm doing.
That's all you're gonna have to do.
There it is.
Where was I about to go? All right, so the next thing I wanted to kind of get into, which was I guess along the lines of some strange, weird shit, or maybe like some.
As if what we just discussed wasn't strange and weird enough.
I mean, it's old, but I just wanted to get your thoughts on, how T.I. feels about his daughter's hymen and speaking about it publicly. I thought it was strange that he would speak about his daughter's very private business and even private parts, literally private parts, in public like that. And everybody loved T.I., man.
Yeah, I do.
Everybody loved
I'm
T.I.
a big T.I.
But
fan.
even when I heard that audio clip, I was like, ooh. I cringed. Like, you talk about your daughter, you said daughter and hymen in the same sentence on the random ass podcast, my nigga. Like, that is that made me uncomfortable. I can't imagine how his daughter feel about the shit. Maybe their relationship is to the point where they could just laugh about it, be like, "Oh, daddy, you silly."
You know what? And that right there, what you just said, is exactly what I feel like it is, man. So I used to watch the whole T.I., Hustle Family, whatever you want to call it, show back in the day, man. And with that particular child of his, they definitely have a different relationship from him and the rest of his children. Like, I remember this one episode where
so you seen it?
I've seen it. I've seen it. Like, you talking about the show?
Well, you talking about the show?
I'm talking about the show right now.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so I remember this one particular episode like a few years ago where he was talking to the kids about what they wanted for Christmas. And, all these kids, they talking about all these expensive things that they want because, they know daddy got it. Her, on the other hand, she's like, I just probably want some books or some DVDs, things like that. It's like she's always been that good child of his. And I think he takes pride in that particular child. I think, and in this is just my personal opinion. I could be wrong, but I think that if she was like your typical uh child at that age that a lot of these other females seem to be growing up to become, I think that situation would have been different. But I think that he feels safe in being able to have that type of relationship with her, more along the lines of like, I don't feel like my child has done anything. And I think he looks at it as a way of just being like, hey, show me. And I'm just ready to just shower you with gifts and everything like that, because you're continuing to be like my dream child, only almost in a way, and especially having her be his daughter. Now, that's my personal opinion, the way that I view it.
Beautiful way of
that's the way, and that's only
That's
me
amazing.
looking at the history of how I've seen them interact over the course of the show. I don't know what it's like behind closed doors, but I honestly do believe that if she was a different type of child, this would have been a whole totally different type of situation.
Is that his only daughter?
Well,
The
he
oldest
just had another
girl,
little baby.
But the oldest girl, that wasn't his. That ain't like his.
You know what? To be honest, I don't like when it comes to stepchildren, this children, that children, man. I don't get into all of that, man.
No, I'm
like,
just wondering if
I don't know
if he went to
who's
her
biologically whose and who ain't.
I'm just wondering if he went to her appointments. That's all.
And I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't. And that kind of like proves my point. That's what I'm saying. But with her, I think
He just wanted to make sure she stayed pure.
man, to be honest with you, man, I honestly believe that he already knew before she got there, because with the way that their relationship seemed to have been, I believe that if she gets to the point where she's ready to do something, or she has done something, I think she would go to him and talk to him about it.
So why go to the appointments?
I think it's all for show.
For the TV show?
It could be possibly for, like, you got to think about it. You got people pulling strings behind the scenes or whatever, and then probably somebody was like, yeah, we going to go ahead and put this on air.
I don't like that. If it's for the TV show, I definitely don't like that.
Or they could have just
like
been that
that.
comfortable with it, where it's like she probably looking like, hey, I don't got nothing to hide. I'm about to go ahead and let my dad go to this appointment with me. And then how often has it been happening? Because from my understanding, this is something that's been going on for a while, since she's reached that age of going to these appointments, and she's comfortable enough with it, and he looking like, man, I'm ready to go ahead and drop this dough on you. What you want? Some more books?
I mean, that's cool. I just think it's a little odd that you would just speak publicly about it. I mean, if you were asked a question, I don't even think he was asked a question about that, because you don't ask men questions about visiting the doctor with him and shit. So I don't even know why he even volunteered that information. But I can't see a situation where I volunteer, hey, I go to the appointments with my baby and I ask the doctor, just check the hymen. Is the hymen broken? That's all I want to know. Is the hymen broken?
Hey, man, obviously they got some type of relationship with that. Like, don't get me wrong. That would scare the shit out of me if I had a daughter. I don't even think that I even want to know the answer to that question.
Even though the hymen is not necessarily responsible for the signals of virginity lost or stolen or taken in any way. This is my T.I. voice.
I noticed. I noticed. You was doing good with it. Let me
accompany my baby on her appointments.
You're not using enough big words, and you got to make up a couple.
Yeah, like momentous. Every appointment is a momentous occasion, and it shall not be passed over as such.
That was a perfect place for momentous. 50th show next week.
No, that's some weird shit, though. I don't think you would volunteer any type of information about you accompanying your daughter on her doctor's visits. That's just really the only
does this
take.
Go back to Hollyweird?
Yeah. Like, all that shit is strange, bro. Like, come on, man. You don't talk about your daughter and hymen in the same sentence publicly.
Man, I definitely can understand that. I personally would not, but I would say, hey, if him and his daughter were comfortable with it, they understand what type of spotlight they in. If that's what they chose to do, I'm not gonna say if he went as far as to make his daughter uncomfortable, as far as his way, then that's one thing. It's just like, hey, you done went too far. Like, you got your daughter feeling some type of way. But if she's feeling comfortable with it, and he was comfortable with it. I can't tell that man and his family what to do with that's their business.
Well, speaking of talking publicly about personal information, I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast, and
Another weirdo.
if you had if your baby mama was dating a ball player, would you publicly speak about it and be proud about it? Now that's different. Now he famous. They famous, so that's already in the public spotlight. But
Okay.
would you be proud of the fact that your BM was able to land a ball, an NBA ball player, man? Like, would that be something that you could be proud of, that your son, whenever he's not with you, is in the company of his mom and possibly a NBA MVP?
What?
Perennial all-star nigga.
So to me, so I'm not familiar with, however he went about discussing this, but the way that you just broke it down is almost sound like he become the groupie of the mom's boyfriend.
Well, nah. I mean, most people, if you're a sports fan, right? If you're a sports fan, you have athletes that you like and that you're a fan of. It just so happens that maybe one of them athletes lands your baby mama.
So let's say if my baby mama was kicking it with
Baker Mayfield.
okay, I was trying to think of somebody that wasn't married, but trying to. But okay, Baker Mayfield. First, okay, let's get somebody else because I ain't feeling his mustache right now, man.
If I don't know, man, Saquon Barkley.
Okay, fine.
You know what I'm saying?
So my baby
Saquon
mama
Barkley,
kicking it with Saquon Barkley, man. I'm gonna be all the way real. For me personally,
Dangly
I
earring
don't
and
give a damn who they would be dating. My thing is whoever it is that's dating my child's mom, how are they treating my child, and what type of influence
nigga,
are they playing
they're
in my
treating
child's
him
life?
like a little prince because you can't do what this nigga can do. This nigga is going on vacation. They in Disneyland. They on cruises. He front row at the games. These niggas is in the suites popping bottles of motherfucking non-alcoholic champagne.
Wait a minute, and Joe Budden can't do this stuff?
No, I'm talking about you.
Oh, but that kind of. But we talk about Joe Budden.
No,
but,
we talking about you.
Oh, we talk about me or whatever, man. Like,
how would you feel?
first of all, me and Saquon Barkley got a box. No, I'm playing.
How would you feel, my nigga? Joe Budden rich too.
Man, you know what, man? I would probably feel some type of way but the mature side of me is like, you know what, shower on with gifts, do all the stuff that it is that you can do. But one thing that it is that I learned is that if you are involved and you are an active father, man, it ain't enough vacations. It ain't enough money spent in the world as far as a bunch of superficial stuff that's going to take that love away from a child and their parent when it comes to their real child. But at the same time,
if they know your ass.
If they know your ass. You know what I'm saying? So for me, like at an earlier age, it would have probably affected me different than how it would affect me now. But Joe Budden seemed like, from what you say, it sounded like was he out here kind of like cheerleading for the new boyfriend, or what was this about?
No, it was just funny because it's that awkward moment where it's like if you had a public relationship, right?
Okay.
And it's like your BM essentially upgraded from your ass in a major way.
Keeping it real, you know what I'm saying? When breakups happen, just everybody is hoping that the other person is not out here doing better than them. Exactly. They're hoping that it's like, I want you to fail everywhere in life.
Now what I'm
not like that though. I'm not.
The only way that this nigga got Kevin Durant. Reportedly, this motherfucker is fucking with Kevin Durant. His being reportedly fucking with Kevin Durant.
What was his BM?
The Sin Santana chick.
Oh, Sin.
Yeah, Sin Santana chick. She reportedly fucking with Kevin Durant. Now,
I didn't even know they wouldn't.
Now, here's
Joe
the
Budden
thing.
wasn't dealing with each other no more.
Yeah, I listened to the show. Now, here's the thing. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Joe, he a rich nigga now, and he at the top of his game on the media shit.
He is. He been doing very well. Shout out to Joe on that.
Yo BM just landed one of the most decorated niggas in the NBA in
One
a
of the
very
greatest
long
of all
time. Got buku bucks. Money on top of money on top of money, and he can't even spend in his lifetime.
Man, he
But
won't even buy a brush. He won't even buy a brush.
Thank you. That's the thing. No one will agree that Kevin Durant is an attractive guy. So you got all the money in the world, but my BM still got a nigga with Nigerian naps.
My thing is this or whatever, man. Like,
shout out to my Nigerian niggas.
Like, okay, so you got all the money and everything like that, but man, for me personally, it's like that's where it stops. All right, you got the money, you can hoop. All right.
That nigga looks so awkward. He's so tall and lanky. How in the fuck?
Hey, do she love him?
Who knows? You got to love
or
that
is it
money,
just one of
though.
those situations
you got
where it's
to love
like
the money.
Is it like my thing be like is you kicking it with him for the money or is you kicking it with him for who he is?
Either way, the bags is being spent, my nigga, freely.
It is.
And your son is partaking in a lot of royalties, nigga.
Well, I gotta ask you this. What was Joe Budden saying about it on his podcast?
Oh, he didn't say much. He just was joking about it, making a couple little hints. But it was just, but you have to acknowledge it because your relationship is famous, my nigga. You about to be on Love and Hip Hop. You have to like get you gotta say something.
Is Durant gonna be on Love and Hip Hop too?
I doubt that, my nigga. Like, I don't think so. But I'm just saying, if just the public relationship shit, being in that Hollywood environment where the circle of women and the circle of people that you are around are typically all superficial. They're usually Instagram models. Niggas with a lot of money that's just freely able to spend it and buy whoever they want to.
Hey, but you know what? That right there is a big reason behind why these Instagram models exist, man. Like, look at this, what the culture is becoming, man. I think
most of them are prostitutes.
It's about getting naked and get the bag, man. That's all they care about, man. What happened to when they used to be like, hey, they want to be doctors, lawyers, and all that kind of stuff? They like, I want to be Nicki Minaj. I want to be Kim Kardashian. I want to be Megan Thee Stallion. I want to be Cardi B. I want to be naked on Instagram and get some dude. I want to go to Dr. Miami. I want to get this surgery so people can be attracted to me. I'm going to swing on this pole real quick, get pregnant by a baller or whatever, leave him and get the child support check. That's what this has become about.
You own one today.
Man, listen, man, I'm just kicking the facts, man. If somebody can tell me different, show me.
Ooh, you own one today, man. How was your day? Was everything right? Did I ask you earlier?
Listen, man.
Was everything cool?
Hey, man, you didn't ask me, man. How was my weekend?
Yeah, how was it?
How was your weekend?
My shit was basic. I didn't do much.
Hey, I'm basic with you,
I
man.
lost fantasy games and everything. I was just,
listen, man. I won, and I should have lost. I lost. The only reason I won is because I played the only person in the league that could not beat anybody. I had one of the lowest scoring games. But this ain't about fantasy.
You know what, though? I hate it because I made a last-minute change that lost me everything. I made no money because I made a last-minute change. But look, while we speaking of football and fantasy and shit, you wanted to talk about and did we talk about Colin?
We didn't.
You had something on Colin.
Man, okay, so for those out there that didn't know, I'm pretty sure y'all do, but the NFL has put together a private workout for Colin Kaepernick, and, you know, for NFL teams to be able to come check him out, see him work out, and for Colin to be able to get an opportunity to be able to get back in the NFL. What do you think about that?
First off, my first question and thought is, you said the NFL put together a workout for Colin.
That's what from my understanding. Yes, the NFL has invited teams to come and check Colin Kaepernick out in a private workout.
Okay, so my question is, why couldn't NFL teams come check out Colin Kaepernick if Colin Kaepernick put on his own damn workout?
But did Colin Kaepernick ever put on his own workout to say, hey, come check me out?
I don't know, but I would assume that he did because this nigga's been talking about, hey, I'm available, come sign me.
I mean, well, it's very obvious that, you know, regardless of how people want to make it seem like, so people always want to change the narrative of what really occurred here. Okay, Colin decided that he was going to kneel due to racial injustice, and due to that, he became blackballed. Like, okay, so you got a lot of people that's like, well, he wasn't playing well, and he sucked and everything. Like, come on, just stop it. Just stop it. Like, if you're trying to tell me that with all the bum quarterbacks that's in the league, in addition to all the bum backups that's in the league, are you trying to tell me that Colin Kaepernick could not get a job in the league? If you were one of them people that's out here saying that, hey, he was not playing well, kill yourself.
Nope. But here's the thing. Let me stop you right there. Here's the thing. If the teams didn't want to sign his ass then, why would they want to sign him now?
That's a great question.
Just
so
because the NFL is hosting the workout.
So now, here's another thing that it is. So, as we know, earlier this year, who just became partnered up with the NFL?
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. So now, a lot of people are trying to equate, and there was even an article out about this as well. Again, don't know how, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know if this, whoever it is to put this article out, I don't know if it's true or not. Let's just keep it simple. The point is, people are trying to say that this workout is due to the fact that Jay-Z has been involved with the NFL as of recently. Is that true? We don't know. But I will say, considering that Jay-Z just recently became partnered up with the NFL, and then this is something that has happened, I wouldn't doubt that this has had something to do with it. But either way it go, I'm excited to be able to see what Colin can do. And if Colin is trying to get back in the NFL, that's what he wants to do. I'm very excited to be able to see what he can do.
It all sounds a little fishy to me.
It might be they all might be in cahoots with each other. It might
like
there's definitely some things that have happened behind the scene, especially with the whole case that he went through with the NFL.
I don't
and
like
stuff.
it.
He got some money, but he's also not allowed to discuss what it is that was supposed to happen behind that. Like, hey, a lot of lawsuits, that's the way they go. But if he gets a chance to be able to play in the league again, I'm cool with that. But my thing more than anything is that when you get in the league, are you still gonna kneel?
I don't even care about the kneeling no more, because I'm pretty sure he's not going to be allowed to kneel if they let this nigga play. Come on, man. You already know that.
That's my thing.
That's
like,
already going to be a part of the deal. Bruh, if we let
do you
back
feel like
in
he's
here-
going to even get back in due to the fact that, do you think teams are afraid of that, or do you think that there's already been some type of agreement behind closed doors to say, we're going to give you an opportunity as long as you don't bring this attention back to the NFL?
He very well might get back in the league. If he does, I don't expect much from him but to be holding somebody's clipboard, making a lot of money on the sidelines. That's really it. But honestly, it's a little fishy to me. I don't like it. Stinks. Really stinks. This nigga is just getting a NFL hosted workout as if before no one could sign him and he was off limits to be seen by any NFL teams. But all of a sudden, the NFL is hosting it. Now, come see Colin. I don't like there's something weird about that. He been out here available for a minute, and everybody like, nah, I'm good. Nope, I'm good. Nope. We didn't pass the trade deadline, right?
Yeah, we passed it.
We is mid-season, and now hosting an NFL workout mid-season. You know how many backup,
there's
wait a second. You know how many backup quarterbacks is playing right now?
Yeah, man. And then it's so crazy because it's like, all right, what type of agreement have y'all come up with behind the scenes? So this is where it kind of comes into it. Like, has this understanding become due to Jay-Z's involvement, or did the NFL all of a sudden have a change of heart, or like what is it that allowed this to happen?
I think it definitely has a lot to do with Jay-Z's partnership with the NFL. And
do you have a problem with that if that's the case?
You know what? Honestly, I don't really care because I'm not surprised by anything Jay-Z might do when it comes to making money. That dude is about that bag. So when it comes to him making deals and partnerships and making money moves, I'm not surprised.
But look at it from this standpoint. Let's say Colin wanted to get back in the league, but he still couldn't. And then next thing you know, Jay-Z formed some type of partnership, and then Colin gets an opportunity. Is that a win, or is that business?
A win for who?
The culture.
The culture.
I'm asking. I'm not saying it is or it isn't. I'm asking your opinion. Is it a win that one of ours got in there and then was able to make this change? Is it viewed that way, or is it viewed as just, hey, it's all business and this ain't even for the culture? Like, how do you view this?
Absolutely all business. Culture. Poo-poo to the culture. Ain't nobody think about no damn culture. This is a football business move for Jay-Z, period. Colin already got paid.
But is you mad at Jay for that, if that is the case?
Like I said, I ain't mad at nobody. Like I said, he's a billionaire who makes billionaire money moves. That's to be expected. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at that. I'm just mad at the fact that it's possible that anyone else on a lower level can look at that as, like you said, being for the culture. Because it's not a culture move. It's a billionaire making a billionaire move.
Right.
And that's nothing. He ain't thinking about no culture as outside of what the culture is going to spend on this endeavor.
Well, there's definitely going to be some more details coming out about that over the course of these next couple of weeks, especially once the actual workout goes. Like, hopefully he does. I do hope that Colin does well, because I've been a big advocate for Colin ever since the whole kneeling thing began, especially being, military myself, with people trying to change the whole narrative and making it seem like he was disrespecting the troops and, making it about what they wanted it to be about in order to be able to ignore the real reason for why he was doing what he was doing. But he's been out of the league for a while now. They say he's in great shape. I'm rooting for him. I hope he does well in the trials. I want to see him get another opportunity no matter what.
Well, last thing on this, man, I want to know, since you all for his second chance or whatever you want to call it, how would you feel if he get back in the league and then he's not kneeling anymore? He's just standing there saluting the flag with everybody else.
So I did ask myself that question. Like, if he did, I don't see him saluting no flag or nothing like that. But
Hand over the chest.
I did ask myself, like, okay, if he goes against what he stood for, how would I feel about that? But here's my thing. I feel like he's done his job. What he wanted to do was bring awareness to it. Man, he came and, come on, you got Trump talking about Colin Kaepernick. He put all eyes on him, whether people wanted to acknowledge what his true reason for kneeling was about or not. You brought the attention to it. You did your job. So at this point, you've done it. So if he decided that, okay, I don't have to do that anymore, I feel like you done your job to bring the awareness to it. So if he decides to not kneel anymore, I can't say that I would be mad, but it's a part of me that's like, keep kneeling.
Well, there you have it. Goddamn Colin Kaepernick, who will never be in the NFL again. But if he did, good luck to him. I ain't wishing no harm. I want everybody to be employed, even though he done got
paid
tens of millions of dollars in an unknown settlement. I know he done got well worth a whole year's worth of fucking NFL money.
He got
plus
paid.
some.
He got paid, but I definitely want to see what he can do, because
he got paid on the Nike deal.
I will say this. I believe that if he was still on that San Francisco squad, they would still be undefeated.
I could agree with that.
Yeah,
I could agree with that.
They would have beat Seattle with Colin opposed to Garoppolo.
Well, he was, Colin was never a turnover machine like Jimmy G. So
man, they tried to dog. They tried to dog my man Kapp, man. But watch, he gonna come and show him what it is, though.
All right, well, it's been real. It's been another episode of the JMatt Show. Stay tuned. Next week, show 50, we're going to do something big. We're going to toast it up, man. We just probably going to pop a bunch of bottles and just get crazy. But
hey, man, we about to bring
fun
all
to
of the
to.
talent from paradise.
Appreciate y'all, man. Love, peace, blessings to all. We out.
We out.